Hello, this is Sanjaya from the bright side of Force. Today's topic will be Logos is the spirit of the world in which we live. Logos has always been and always will be. No one created. It is indestructible. Not so long ago, people had knowledge of the Logos and it united them. Then there was a great reset. Knowledge of the Logos was removed and religion and political parties were created, which began to divide people. More parties, more religions, more divisions, more quarrels, more wars. There is no such thing as God the Father, old man who created the world. Religion presents such fairy tales to fool and divide people. Take this Catholic Trinity, Father, Son, and Spirit, three guys, that's gender. The Spirit, that's the Logos. See, the Logos, the Spirit, has been moved to third place. Everything here is Logos, and this Logos is divided into three forces: the masculine force, the feminine force, and the nature force. These are the three forces of nature. This is what life is made up of. Now I will quickly discuss these basic 7 laws of Logos. Logos is not some religious teaching that you have to believe in. All we have to do is look around and we will see that these laws work. And knowing these laws enable us to manipulate these laws so that we have a better quality of life. The first law: everything is mental, everything is unity. Logos must be in unity, otherwise it will fall apart. The easiest way to remember these 7 laws of Logos is to relate them to our body. That is the heat here. Sanjaya points to the heat with his hand. This is the law of mentalism. Everything is mental, and since everything is bipolar, on the one hand, this whole world, the universe, is mental, and at the lower pole is material. Since we live low on the scale of life, here there is a lot of matter, a lot of heavy matter, and little here is spirit, which is why here so high this thing passed so easily. The second law of Logos is the law of correspondence, which means that all laws are compatible with each other. The law of correspondence also has two poles, one of correspondence and the other of incorrespondence. Because here in this world there are quarrels, but these quarrels also take place according to the law of Logos. Everything here happens according to the laws, because there is a connection energy which is the energy of conformity, and the one that separates it is the energy of incompatibility. The synergy that builds and destroys all laws are mental. The third law is the law of vibration. This can be equated with the truth. Everything is in motion, everything flows. In the upper pool, there are very high frequencies, very high vibration, and at this lower absolute pool, this vibration almost it disappear and there is no movement. But in the upper pool, the movement does not disappear because life is movement. The fourth law is the area of the heart. You can compare it like this. This is the law of polarity. So that these waves of light can flow, they flow from one pool to the other. Everything has its two sides of the coin. As there is a God, there must also be evil. As there is day, there must be night. It is impossible to eliminate night. It is impossible to eliminate evil. This is how it must be. It is Christianity that promises to eliminate Satan. The battery has two clamps, plus and minus. From this law comes such a universal law of balance. Everything strive for balance. This is very important. Even atheists know this. If we have a great deal of physical activity, then we need rest afterwards. Darkness is for rest. Light is for activity. The fifth law, the law of rhythm. Here there are cycle, smaller cycle, bigger cycle. Those who are musicians understand it well. Cyclicity, tactility. In life you have to be tactful, get into tact. Life has such waves. The point is to stay on the wave, not to be dragged into the abyss, into the lower pool of life. Life is movement, life is struggle. The fifth law of rhythm is related to the pendulum. Those who know principle of the pendulum of life already understand a lot. He can manipulate his life. If we want pleasure because our main goal is happiness, it is necessary to earn pleasure first, and then we automatically get this pleasure. Most people do the opposite. They reach out for pleasure, such as sex, drugs, and other poisons. He momentarily gets a lot of pleasure, and then those pendulum goes negative to balance it out. Then such people wonder why it is so bad for them. People who meditate, that is, focus on these negative things, as for example, on their ass, because they are all about sex. Then they get angry, they feed hatred, because they live in this negative emotion and watch negative movies. After that, this pendulum automatically pull them down. For example, that Christian symbol with that corpse on the gallows, Jesus on the cross, focusing one's attentions on this symbol pulls one down. Another law is the law of cause and effect. This is the law of action and reaction. It means that everything has cause, everything has an effect. It can be compared to the stomach. What we eat, so we have. It's not like something comes from nothing. There is such a long chain of cause and effect. In Hinduism, they call this law of karma. With Hindu, there is much more left of the logos. Also, we have to be very careful what actions we do, because then we get such reactions. For negative actions, then there are negative reactions, and it's not like it's some Jesus who suffered for us and we don't get negative reactions. Everyone gets what they have earned. And then, seventh law is the law of gender. This is the law of birth. Two energies, as they come together, male and female, something has to come out of it, something has to be born out of it. If something worthy is not born from it, then something negative must be born from it. For example, the reproductive organs are used to transmit life, and sex is such a thing that you use to reproductive organs, but you want to avoid the consequences, and that's why there is this contraception, and that's how demons are born. Nature can't be fooled. At the upper end, the law of kinds that you have to give birth to things that are worthy, and at the lower end, demons are born. They are unworthy or infertile things, and what is not fertile creates chaos. All these logos in the upper pool, this is cosmos, order. In the lower pool, it is chaos. All three energies are necessary for life. Connective energy, sustaining energy, and destructive. Destructive energy, they always occur together, just in different proportions. That's in it's such a nutshell. I once saw such a personal trainer discussing logos, and he himself recited these 7 laws like a poem. He waved his hand and could perform and take part in a pantomime. The way he presented, nothing comes out of it. In this way, presented the law of life, that is, this law of logos will only work on people negatively. It's so dry and lifeless. I pass on the knowledge of how this logos in life works. How can it be influenced? We are part of the logos. We are such small logos alone in the great logos. The logos is everything in everything, and there is nothing beyond that there. The game goes on to build ourselves a better quality of life. Those who do not have knowledge and pursue happiness always achieve unhappiness. That is, this is lower pool. Even a hint of this knowledge of the Logos remain it the fourth gospel. In the beginning was the Word, not the Word, because they twisted it. In the beginning was the Logos, because the Logos was the beginning, the middle, and the end. Greek philosophy began to twist these Logos. One interpreted in this way, another interpreted in that way. Logos is the reason of the world. Everything here is logical, everything here is rational. Even chaos is guided by the law of Logos. Only this is lower pool. On the subject of Logos, I have created many lectures. Everything here is logical, because everything is Logos. Logos does not require faith. The Logos does not vindicate that someone does not know about it or does not believe in it. These are the laws of life that we can develop, just as one develops the beds. In the same way, Logos can be developed. Here the most important things is holistic knowledge. There are smaller and larger wholes. The more we understand, the more we can connect, the better for us. Believing that someone out there suffered for us and will arrange a better life for us, these are fairy tales. They are nonsense. Merely believing in the Logos has not yet made anyone have a better life. Here you have to act, here you have to create, you have to be active, you have to win yourself a better quality of life. Faith can only be good at the very beginning, to accept something, but to then act. If one has some knowledge and does not act, this knowledge breaks down. Surely you have heard of sacred geometry. It comes from the Logos. You've heard about the world being fractal, because there are 7 basic laws of the Logos in each part. The 7 laws of the law of 7, the 7 major colors, the 7 days of the week, the 7 major stars, the 7 major chakras. We live in a world of laws. If we want to talk about the true, to know the true, we must know the laws of life, because the laws of life are related to the laws of the Logos. That's it for today. Thank you for your attention. See you, hear you. Greetings, Sanjaya. Feel free to share our materials. Please note, Facebook is blocking our videos and pages. Please visit our official website for all our news videos. We invite you also to our music channel on YouTube, when you can find original music from the bright side of the Force, with composition and performances by King of Lechia, Sanjaya.